Hello everyone. As promised, this is our look at our next look at one of the collaborative figures I have. Mostly because we've got two on the way. So far we've already seen the G.I. Joe Bumblebee, the Jurassic Park 2, the X-Men X-Jet, and now we're on to the DeLorean, who has been wonderfully named, and I don't know if they're wanting us to do it. Gigawatt. Or is it Gigawatt? Really depends, doesn't it? I'm going to refer to him as Gigawatt, because I think that's fun. First thing we'll do is look at the packaging. So you can see this is the Back to the Future Cross Transformers Collaborative 2020 35th anniversary of Back to the Future. DeLorean Gigawatt. And there's the side, you can see him in robot and vehicle mode. And there's his tech specs on the back as well, with the DeLorean taking off at 88 miles per hour. And I do like this. If you open the box from this side, it folds out from here. If you open the box from this side, it folds down as if it's the DeLorean coming out the back of the transport van like in the movie. Nice little touch. And you can see there's some DeLorean style blueprints in there. What I do like is, and they don't seem to be doing it as much now, but, whoops, at least with Gigawatt and Ectotron that I've got coming in, they have made the boxes look like the traditional Transformer boxes, as you can see here. And I think Ectotron even has this picture on the back, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be. So that's very cool that they were referencing the original Transformer boxes. Anyway, let's have a look at Gigawatt. So this is him, and he's a deluxe size figure, and he's probably the cheapest. Oh, not anymore. He would have been the cheapest of the collaborative figures you can get, but now his price has been usurped by the two Hot Wheels figures, and we'll be looking at that Hot Wheel figure. I'm not sure if I'll be getting Twin Mill. We'll see. I do want to get Agent Knight, so it's possible I'll get Twin Mill when I get Agent Knight. Anyway, deluxe size DeLorean. You can see all of his articulation and such. Now, his accessories are, he has the little, the little rod with the wire and hook from when the DeLorean has to hit the wire attached to the clock in the first movie. And I'll show you what that looks like on him after. And he also has two more accessories here. So he has his little pistol. And, Mr. Wait, can I see what it says? Mr. Fusion, isn't it? Yeah, teeny tiny Mr. Fusion. And you can actually see it's written on there in teeny tiny little text. And this Mr. Fusion can be taken off the back and also put on the top for a different look if you really want. And all of these can be stored on his vehicle mode. Now, one thing I've seen someone do is put Mr. Fusion in there very gently so you don't scratch him, and then use it as if it's a watch, so he can do his gotta get back in time pose. But yeah, I imagine that's going to scratch all the paint off, so I'd be really careful if I were you doing that frequently. Now let's have a look at him. And he's bumping the camera. Do the split so I can get you there, buddy. So he's got a very cool head sculpt, goggles and everything, and his chest is the flux capacitor. So October 26, 85, October 21, 2015, and whoop, got you again. November 12, 1955. Bonus points in the comments if you can tell me what those are for. And he cleans up pretty well. You can see the back, basically just the top of the car in his gull wing doors. And I suppose we'll bring out Devastation Prime as a recent deluxe for a comparison. Alright, let's transform him. So the first thing we want to do is, and I'm actually going to show you, I have broken this. Alright, first thing we'll do is we will spin his waist around, clip all of this together, open these up, push the feet in, which will also push these bits out on the back. Flip them over and close them up, and that's the entire back of the car done. So we'll just move these doors out of the way a bit better. So now we have to unplug the arms from those posts, which will allow us to pull up the bonnet. Now what you need to do is spin this around at this point, and I didn't do it properly and snapped off one of the hinges, so mine doesn't hold on as well as it used to, and you have to be very careful. If it gives you any resistance, stop doing it. It shouldn't give resistance when you're, or much resistance when you're spinning it around. So then the tab from there will tab into the bit behind his head. And we're going to go for full car mode, and I'll show you what it does after. So we'll bring these wheels around and snap them into place. And then fold those fists in. Bring the arms up like that. And then we fold those into the middle. Now we have these little bits here, which we spin all the way around and clip. And again on that side, just to fill in there. And then we can bring the gull wing doors down until they snap into place on both sides. And voila! We have ourselves a DeLorean. And this is cool. I'm not sure if this was the first collaborative, but it was among the first, along with that Dotron. And they were doing a good job even then. Mine's a bit dirty, unfortunately. It's been in storage, so I need to clean it up a bit. That's very cool. Now, one thing you can do, well, first of all, you can have all the accessories off and have your plain DeLorean. And I forgot to say, the gun can be stored under the front of the car like that. So, if we put everything on, we need to plug that bit in to down there. And that's our hook for getting the electricity from the lightning. And then we can put our Mr. Fusion on the, I'm going to show you, tabs onto the back there. And that's all the accessories done. Now, one last thing this can do is we can get it into flight mode. So we can fold those back wheels in like that. And then if you just bring these wheels in on that first click, like that. So you can see there's a hinge that goes in like that. You don't want to hit that hinge. You want to clip off the first hinge and then into the spot. And then we have the DeLorean in flight mode. And it even has a flight stand port. So if you really want, you can have it flying through the air, which I used to, but I broke most of my flight stands. Don't ask. So I would highly recommend getting Gigawatt, or Gigawatt, whichever you want to call him. He's been out for a long time and should be able to find him at fairly good prices now. Certainly under 100. And in stores, not on the second-hand market. So that, my friends, is our Gigawatt review. And we will be doing the Hot Wheels Cross Transformers Bone Shaker for the next review, I think. And then next week we'll have Ectotron and Party Wallop, which I'm most looking forward to. Big fan of the Ninja Turtles. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you're all having a good week. Bye.